It's Tuesday morning and we're ready to ramble. So thanks for joining me on my vineyard ramble. So I just locate you. I'm looking over towards the south, so towards the Mediterranean. It's a bit cloudy, a bit dark. You can just pick out the village of Tuchon to my right. Behind that you've got Tauteval and then over into the Roussillon. So we're literally on the Languedoc-Roussillon border. So we pan round the Mediterranean behind here with the villages of Fitou, Le Cat and the beaches. And then coming around the Château d'Aguila, which I think might be in the shadow this morning. Pan round and we've got Narbonne behind those hills there, the lovely Garrigue. And can you see these colours? Oh, hi Sarah in Switzerland, that's really good to see you. And Uncle Ed and Brad. Oh, is Brad, are you on? Happy birthday, Brad. Can we all send a bit of birthday cake to Brad? Happy birthday. And Justin as well, it's Justin's birthday too. If you're on, Justin, I don't want to know where you are, but happy birthday. And so looking over here, can you see the different colours of the vines? So it's absolutely glorious, even though there's no sun. And you can see just in these strips in front of me, you've got yellow, that's Grenache. Then you've got a band of orange, that's Carignan. And then you've got some more Grenache behind that. Absolutely lovely. So just coming around here, we've got the Puy de la Gardie, and we've got some lovely Syrah. This is my little patch of Syrah in front of me. Puy de la Gardie behind, and then behind that hill is the Tauche mountain with the wind turbines on. You can actually hear them today. It's a bit of a north wind, and behind that Carcassonne. And for those of you who follow the rock tastings as well, in between those little fir trees there is the rock where we had breakfast with Justin the other day and where we do our rock tastings. And then just panning around so you get the full circle. And I'm not alone today, actually, but he's like, as I turn round, he's going round. Okay, let's, oh, hi Jean-Marc. Perhaps could you just do one thing before that? Could you just hold the tea towel so I can I know in the morning. You can work in the morning, good. I know you're the great tea towel holder. So just to show you where we are, if you've got your tea towels out, we're actually here, Puy de la Gardie. So we're standing just about here, and today we're going to just look at a bit of land here, and then we're going to walk down to the Colombier to the Macabre because we want to show you something else. And if I've got Jean-Marc here, it's because, well, let me tell you why. In actual fact, if we look at this bit of land here, don't fall into it, it's a bit of scrubland. So I'm going to take the mic off now. It might get a bit blowy. If it does, I'll put it back on, but it'll be easier for hearing Jean-Marc. So we're just looking at this bit of like scrubland. So Jean-Marc, why is this bit of scrubland or garrigue, why is it so important? Why are we looking at it?
I don't know if it's important, but I change this parcel with another parcel in another place.
Okay.
And I want plant, I don't know with the variety, maybe we can do a special selection with nice Syrah here.
Oh, okay. So could plant. So just so explain. So you say you exchanged this plot of land here with another of your vineyards, and is that quite common? You can just change, you swap. So you don't actually buy, you don't exchange money, you just swap the vineyard. Is that right?
Oui, parce que on m'avait demandé à vendre une parcelle. Ça ne m'intéressait pas de vendre.
Okay, so somebody actually asked you if they could buy your other vineyard, and you said it's actually, you didn't want to sell it, but you were interested because you knew this little plot of land belonged to the person who wanted to buy your vineyard. So you swapped it. And is that, do you have to pay lawyers' fees? Are there any?
Oui, il faut payer juste un échange, c'est pas très cher.
So it's a much cheaper way of doing it, you just pay the lawyer and
Cette
exchange.
semaine, on va débroussailler.
Okay, right.
On va broyer la végétation.
So what we thought we'd show you, any of you at home who've got, if you've got any questions for Jean-Marc as well, please put them in the little box. But any of you at home that have got a little bit of garden that you're thinking, oh, perhaps I could plant some vines, we thought we'd just show you what it entails down here. So we're looking at this patch of land here with all the garrigue on it. And Jean-Marc says, donc, the first stage, la première étape.
C'est jeudi ou vendredi. On
Okay.
va broyer toute la végétation.
So on Thursday or Friday, we're going to come in with a big tractor, not us, we're actually somebody else is going to do it for us, and we're going to scrub up all of this garrigue. So we're going to clear the land here.
Et après, avec un bulldozer, on va ripper, c'est-à-dire
Rip.
passer des dents dans le sol à 50 cm.
And then we're going to get a big digger in with 50 centimetre blades on it that's going to go down in the soil at least 50 centimetres just to churn it up.
Non, pas tourner, juste
not
éclater
do
la
that.
terre dans le sous-sol, un
Just-
peu plus, 50-70.
Okay, so up to 70 centimetres. It's not to churn it up, it's just to break it up. And that's called a ripper. A ripper machine. Ripper in French. Ripper, new word. And that might come in on Thursday. So perhaps if I'm doing a ramble on Thursday, we could actually come and see the
À
ripper.
8h30, peut-être elle sera pas là. Mais...
I might not be here at half hour. Anyway, we will see the results of it if we don't see it actually happening. So he's going to come in, he's going to break up the land and then the earth, and then what happens? Then do we plant immediately or?
Maybe next year, or I don't know exactly. For the moment, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, so step by step.
Yeah.
But have you got any ideas of which grape variety?
No, it's a problem.
Ah.
Problem is for me two options. Or we plant white variety,
A white grape, okay.
or we do a special selection with this Syrah.
Okay.
But this is a massal selection, and it's very interesting for the quality.
Yeah, this actually goes into the Perle Rare, some of this here. And this is a wonderful vineyard. It's a Massal selection from the Côte Rôtie. So one idea Jean-Marc has is actually grafting ourselves this vineyard to put a little bit more, to extend it basically into this area here. That's one idea. And or you said a white grape variety. So if we put white
Because
grapes,
this
what
year
would...
we plant just a small plot of Macabo, just
Yeah, so we're going to go and see the Macabo vineyard in a moment. But I just saw that Tim Atkin came on just now. Hi, Tim. And didn't you say you were thinking of planting Zinfandel?
yes, it was another option.
And I remember, Tim, about 20 years ago when you came down, you had a dream of planting some
Or
Zinfandel
Primitivo
here.
in
Or
Italy, I think it's the same.
Primitivo or Zinfandel. So that could be another option for planting in this bit of garrigue that we've just acquired down here. Okay, shall we go and shall we actually do a bit of rambling? Je te suis pour this way. So we're going up past our lovely young Syrah vine here, and sort of on clayey soils. You can see you've got some lovely rock plants. Anybody thinking of doing a rockery? Or have any of you got any ideas of which grape we could plant here? Any ideas? Blau Frankish. For a laugh. Tim Atkin, was that just a laugh you wanted to do Zinfandel? Well, we might actually do it. Oh, and look, here. Have I got any mushroom spotters? Does anybody know?
Je sais pas c'est quoi c'est.
We don't know what that is, but there's quite a lot of mushrooms out at the moment. I'm just walking past the lovely thorny garrigue, and we're going to go down here and up over the hill to have a look at basically one vineyard we prepared earlier. So Jean-Marc's just pushing me in the right direction. And up, and you can see how stony it is here. It's still pushing me up the hill. Come on, Katie. How stony the soil is here. I mean, this is just like local stones. It's limestone. It's come down off the Montoche mountain, which rises to 900 meters up here. And this, we're just entering into one of Jean-Marc's vineyards. This is the Carignan on Puy de la Gardie. If you've got your tea towels there, you can just see the lovely colours and a bit of blue sky coming out up here. Oh, the black olives. Just have a quick look at these over here. So green olives have now turned, ripened. Lovely black olives. So are we going to pick these, Jean-Marc? On va les ramasser?
Peut-être.
They look really healthy. Another little... And I've just spotted something. I know why Jean-Marc wanted me to go this way now, because he nipped off on Sunday with his shears, and look what he's done. He's done his bit of topiary on this wonderful olive tree here. So Jean-Marc's pride and joy. He knows I'm not too keen on it. I prefer the much more wild look. But yeah, nice bit of topiary. And then down here, here's another Syrah vineyard that we're just crossing to get down to the Macabeu. And you can see the leaves are just starting to fall off. And we're sort of waiting until we can come in and prune. So we're top prune first, but we have to wait for the leaves to fall off. So perhaps, tu sais combien de temps il faut attendre avant de...
Ça va dépendre du temps, mais là bientôt on va pouvoir commencer la taille.
So
bientôt, le 11 novembre.
After the 11th of November, we can probably come in and start top pruning. I can see wild boar footprints here as we walk down. So did the hunters come here this weekend, I think, didn't they? Delicious. So we're just on va y aller. So just to locate you, we're going to go down to that bottom parcel down here, which is next to the Macabeu, and then lovely shot. You've got the same what? And I missed the conversation. Anyway, Tim's got the same in his garden. Oh, the olive tree. What, is it pruned like that, Tim? So lovely Syrah. More olive trees. We could actually. I mean, we were talking about planting vines on that other vineyard, but perhaps we could plant something else. On pourra planter autre chose que la vigne, peut-être.
Oui, on peut toujours.
We could plant olive trees.
Yeah, for example.
Or truffles, des truffes.
C'est pas trop un pays. It's too dry.
It's too dry for truffles. Fig trees.
Yes.
Fig trees. Any other ideas, anybody, what we could plant in our lovely dry almond trees?
Yeah. But for have big production, you need more water. You can have, but it's limited.
Oh, look at these leaves as well. They're still on here. This is a lovely Macabeu vineyard. So golden colour. Quite funny that it actually looks quite orange, and this is where we actually made our orange wine this year. So this little vineyard, the Colombier Macabeu, is now in 2 barrels of orange wine. Oh, we wanted to show you this as well. Do you remember last year we had this idea of using Gilles wood chips as a floor covering to stop the weeds? It all looked lovely, but can you see it now? It's been totally churned up by the wild boar. Totally. I mean, not just a little bit. It's like it's been ploughed by the wild boar. So I think we seem to be attracting the wild boar. It's quite impressive, but like every single inch of what we put down on the wood chippings has been totally churned up by the wild boar. So I don't think we'll be doing that again. On va pas renouveler, non, ça? Because seems to be encouraging wild boars here. Anyway, let's get down through the vines. Oh, look at these look, it's just the colour. Even though there's no sun today, these are like our little rays of sunshine. These are our old vine Macabeu. Oh, and Jean-Marc just found, now we know what this is called, a grappillon. A grappillon. So these are what are left, what we leave on purpose at the end of the stalks. I bet they're nice now, aren't they? They're really sweet.
Ouais, là c'est très sucré.
Let's have a look. Look how they've dried out. Oops.
Ça c'est des raisins qui sont un peu comme les raisins de Corinthe.
So they're a bit like sultanas now.
Yeah, yes.
Oh yeah, send me a photo, Tim. Oh, we've got lots of questions. Perhaps, right. Oh, what are the... Yeah, shall we...
Yeah.
I'll put those in my pocket and have them with my coffee. Put them in the freezer. That was the other idea. If we put these in the freezer, we'll make little grape ice cubes to go in our orange wine. So now I hope that perhaps we'll just stand here and look at the questions a bit. We're going down here. I hope the signal's going to stay because we're actually going into a bit of Oh, look,
C'est un
so
grappillon.
sweet. The last little grappillon. It's here in Catalonia. That's it. Nikki's got the spelling right. Well done, Nikki. And as we go down here, I know it's Brad's birthday and it's Justin's birthday. So I think the first person to put a piece of cake on the screen is going to get a sachet of wild herbs. So happy birthday, both of you. And let's see who gets a nice sachet of wild herbs. I actually moved on to thyme. I know some of you have had the rosemary. I've actually got some dried thyme now. So, yeah, Jilly, congratulations. You've got a sachet of dried thyme on its way. So look, the soil's changed here. It's white almost. So it's marl, yeah, marl here. And so this is may just look like a bit of a waste field. So it's really tiny, but this is one that we prepared earlier. So we've already cut back. On a fait quoi là déjà en fait?
Là, on a juste broyé la végétation parce que c'était comme au-dessus.
So it used to look like the vegetation up here. So last year, l'année dernière, on a fait. Last year it looked like this here. And then we've got the digger in, or it's not a digger, it's probably something. C'est quoi exactement? C'est un tracteur qui traîne un...
Non, c'est une pelle avec un broyeur qui broie la végétation.
Okay, so it's like a mulcher that's come in. So it's turned from this now to this. And that was done last year. Et la prochaine étape, c'est le ripper.
Ouais.
So the ripper, is he going to come in? Jack the repair.
Next week.
He's coming next week for this parcel and the other parcel. Okay, so that's good. And then
another parcel.
And another parcel as well. So we're actually looking at replanting 3 little tiny plots.
2 or 3.
2 or 3. Yeah.
2 sure, 3 maybe.
Okay, right. And so on this one, do we know what we might plant here?
Here we continue with the macabre. It's a small.
So we're going to extend. Look at this. If you can see the lovely macabre here. So we're actually going to extend this vineyard because it's very tiny. Il y a combien? Il y a 1 arbre, 2 arbres?
Non, là il y a une dizaine d'arbres.
It's about 10 acres here.
Un dixième
No, not
hectare.
acres. It's 1/10 of a hectare here. So it's very tiny. So this will extend the macabre so we can make some more orange wine here. Super. Et là, on va planter quand le macabre?
On va planter sûrement au mois de février-mars.
So we'll probably plant it in February and March. Et en fait, pour le planter, on fait comment sur cette parcelle?
Là, on va planter manuellement.
So we're going to plant it by hand. Okay.
Là, ça va être des plants, donc la racine est américaine et le plant est français, c'est déjà greffé.
Okay, so already grafted.
Donc on va préparer le sol et ensuite avec une cheville, on va planter
so,
dans le sol,
brilliant.
sans les racines.
Okay,
Là, on va planter sans les racines.
So planting without the
Et
roots.
les autres parcelles, on va les planter certainement avec un tracteur, avec les racines.
Okay, so if there's no roots, it's shallower. S'il n'y a pas de racines, on peut faire moins profond pour le...
Non,
No, that's not.
non,
Okay.
c'est pareil, mais ça
So
prend un peu moins vite, c'est plus difficile à mettre.
Avec les racines.
Avec les racines.
Okay, so it's more work, it's more difficult to put in with the roots. So in this vineyard, because it's so tiny, we're actually going to do it by hand and the plants won't have roots. But let's have a look at your question. On a plein de questions. James and Claire in Burton-on-Trent say, comment va le vin orange?
Ça, c'est à toi qu'il faut le demander.
Yeah, so you need to ask me. So I'll ask myself. Katie, how's the orange wine? It's absolutely delicious. I've only got 600 bottles of it, and it's now in small oak barrels in the Lagar winery. So, sorry, it caught you. And it's tasting. It is looking really good. So we hope to release that in April time, March, April. Same James and Claire again. Est-ce que c'est le moment de planter les vignes maintenant? No, it's not a good time to plant now. C'est quand qu'il faut planter?
Disons que si on plante trop tôt, le risque c'est qu'il y ait des gelées qui soient trop fortes, qu'il y ait des incidents, que les sangliers viennent arracher les plants. Donc, si on le plante proche du moment où ça va pousser la vigne, c'est bien. Donc à partir du mois de janvier, février.
Okay, so January,
mars.
February. So if you stick with me on these rambles on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're actually going to come and you'll see us planting, not us, not
Si on
me.
veut planter
you'll
en
see.
Angleterre, je pense que c'est plus près du printemps.
I think we plant a bit later in England, so it'd be springtime, but here it'd be January, February.
Ici, c'est plutôt février-mars.
February, March. So if you stay with me, we can come in and we'll actually see the planting. So we'll follow a vineyard right from the beginning. Nice question here from Bertie the Schnoodle. Est-ce que cette parcelle est mieux positionnée que l'autre parcelle? So is this plot better positioned than the other plots?
Là, on est exposé plein sud, ici.
So
L'autre,
here
on est
we're
plutôt-
completely south facing, like
on
100%.
regarde le sud. L'autre est exposé à l'est.
The other one was east facing.
Mais pour c'est difficile de dire non, il n'y a pas de... on n'a pas vraiment des très grosses différences entre est et sud au niveau du résultat.
So they're probably quite similar.
Ouais,
So
mais
not much
déjà la
difference.
syrah que nous avons au-dessus fonctionne très bien.
Yeah, we know from that Syrah that we've planted on the first vineyard we started. It works really well. So hopefully it's the same aspect. So that should work really well. This one, the Macabeu, produces great grapes. It's a little extension to this Macabeu vineyard. So yeah, it should be.
Mais on a souvent
should be-
ce sont des coteaux, donc on a différentes expositions.
Yeah.
Non, je pense que c'est...
So a question here from Liam. He says, pourquoi faire tout ce travail dur? Est-ce que la terre va être meilleure que le vignoble existant?
Non, c'est parce qu'on a envie aussi de renouveler.
Yeah. I mean, at some stage, Liam, as well, we have to renew. So that's sort of thinking forward into the future. So thinking of renewing a bit the vineyard. We're not ripping up our old vineyards. I'd never, ever rip up the old vineyards. They're still going to be here. And these are just like little extensions.
On va dire les blancs sont moins sensibles à l'âge.
Mm-hmm.
C'est-à-dire que sur les vieilles vignes, c'est moins sensible que les rouges. Mais non, là c'est parce qu'on a aussi envie de...
And also because we have these plots of land and it's basically we can plant them. So we're thinking of planting them. These will probably go into Jean-Marc's vineyards because as you know, mine are exclusively old vines. So I don't want any of these youngsters in mine. So we're talking Jean-Marc's wines, which I didn't make that clear at the beginning. So this is Jean-Marc's vineyards here, the
là,
young
on a,
ones.
En fait une dizaine de parcelles qui sont autour de ce lieu. Donc en fait on rajoute une ou deux étagères.
Yeah, so we have this land and we're just sort of planting. We're adding. Jean-Marc already has how many terraces on there?
Mais là au-dessus il y a 9 terrasses plus
So
le
he's-
Macabeu et le Carignan.
So he's
Ça
already
fait
got
11.
about 10 terraces here, 11 terraces. So he's really on this side of the hill. This hill belongs to Jean-Marc, basically. So he's planting different levels. He's got 10 terraces already. So this is just going to fill in the gaps on his terraces. Quelqu'un, Adam, demande où est-ce que tu achètes tes vignes?
C'est un pépiniériste qui est dans le Vaucluse.
So he gets them from a nursery in the Vaucluse. That's for the Macabeu that we're planting in this bit here. For the Syrah, we said, as we mentioned, we're actually going to graft it ourselves from the existing Syrah that we have. So there's so many questions. I'm picking and choosing, but I will get back to you on all of these questions. A question from Steve. Steve lives in Tarragone, and he says, est-ce qu'il y a des droits de plantation? Est-ce qu'il faut payer des droits de plantation si tu n'as pas des vignes, si tu n'as pas planté des vignes?
Il faut acheter des droits de plantation si on n'a pas... Mais là j'ai arraché certaines parcelles, donc je récupère les droits de plantation de ces parcelles
Okay,
qui sont
so
arrachées.
something we didn't mention is you can't just willy-nilly go and plant a vineyard. You have to have what they call the droit de plantation, so the right to plant a vineyard. You can transfer those rights to plant vines from one vineyard to another. So
Ouais, par exemple la vigne que j'ai échangée, Donc j'avais arraché la vigne avant.
Okay.
J'ai récupéré les droits et je vais les
So,
utiliser.
for example, the vineyard that he swapped with the first parcel, he actually ripped up the vineyard before he sold the land, and he got back the rights of plantation. So he's got the plantation rights, which he's now transferred to that new plot that we're going to level out and actually plant vines in. So yeah, you can't just go and plant anywhere. You have to have rights to plant vines. It's very controlled down here. So perhaps just one last question as time is coming on. Lots of questions about the orange one. And Kojo Nudos, I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but final question today is why swap a working vineyard for a plot of land? Donc, il demande pourquoi échanger vignoble pour un terrain nu, en fait.
Mais c'était pas une vigne, j'avais déjà arraché, c'était un terrain.
Ok. Mais pourquoi la femme voulait acheter un terrain nu?
Parce qu'en fait, c'est une apicultrice qui est en train de construire un lieu un peu touristique pour recevoir du monde. Donc ça l'intéressait de pouvoir recevoir du monde sur ce terrain, entre autres des camping-cars ou des campeurs.
Yeah, so it's quite exciting in Touchon actually, because the lady who we exchanged the parcel with, she makes honey. So we have a honey maker in Touchon, and she wants to turn it into a sort of tourist location. So she was looking for a bit of land that she could actually turn into sort of not a campsite, but somewhere to put camping cars on and receive welcome visitors. So she's called Emmeline, and it's the honey of Touchon, the miellerie de Touchon.
Au-dessus de nos vignes.
And we've actually got some of her hives in one of our vineyards up in the garrigue. So Emmeline will be doing her touristy honey making and welcoming visitors. So when you come and see me finally next year, we can actually have a little circuit going on, and we can go and see Emmeline and her honey making too. But that was why she's not interested. She's not a vigneron, so she wasn't interested in actually having vines. She just wanted the land to make a sort of campsite on. So thank you very much, everybody. It's been brilliant. Thank you very much, Jean-Marc, as well. And I'm going to be back on Thursday. So on Thursday, I think I'm going to get in the Diane again, and I'm just going to go from vineyard to vineyard to show you the lovely colours before all the leaves drop off. So a quick trip in the Diane, and I'm also trying to get hold of Roger as well. I know Roger is in great demand. If you saw his little reel, has had more than 2,000 views on it of him singing a lovely little song. So if you haven't seen it, have a quick look on Instagram Reels. And I will see you all on Thursday. And thanks so much, everybody.